Kurtzman wants out of Star Trek. Woohoo! Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. If you are a regular to SciTrek, you will know I'm not the biggest fan of new Trek. I don't hate it like some people. Some people really hate it. I actually really love the first series of Strange New Worlds. I love Lower Decks. I really enjoyed Prodigy. I hate Discovery. I do hate Discovery. I hate it. I'm really looking forward to Section 31. And to be fair, I liked the episodes where Michelle Yeoh was in Discovery. I like those. I love Michelle Yeoh. Also, the first two seasons of Picard were terrible, but the third season, now that's Star Trek we actually want more of. But Alex Kurtzman has steered the ship during this period of Star Trek, which has created a toxic fan base like we've talked about a few times before. There are people that really, really, really hate him and blame him directly for Star Trek's woes. Now, none of that is fair, and none of this should be personal. But he was involved in the Star Trek movies, the J.J. Abrams movies. He did drag a lot of that crap through into the TV series, and we can blame him for that at least. So, why am I saying he doesn't want to be involved in Secret Hideout in the future? Well, this goes to a conversation that I had and the previous video where I was talking about the Warner Brothers merger. I got to speak to somebody that actually does work in and around Secret Hideout and does have personal knowledge of this. They came to me because they wanted to talk to somebody very reliable about Star Trek. Again, like Trek Yards or, like What Trek or Trek Culture or whatever it's called. Way better. But hey, they came to me. So what are you going to do? They were talking to me about the Warner Brothers Paramount deal and how that would have meant that Warner Brothers really did want to buy out Alex Kurtzman from Secret Hideout and create this Star Trek Studios that would have allowed them to do a lot of things with Star Trek they want to do that would be difficult while Secret Hideout is still involved or still sort of a separate entity to Paramount or Warner Brothers. So the plan was to buy Alex Kurtzman out. But surely he wouldn't want to sell Secret Hideout, would he? I have to say now as well that this is very much rumor. I can't corroborate a lot of this. It is this person's opinion as well in a lot. But if I could tell you who it was, I think you'd understand why this opinion matters. But I haven't spoken to Alex Kurtzman, obviously. And actually, it's very difficult for me to say what he wants or feels. But according to this person, this is accurate. And this is sort of what was discussed at the time. So, what was discussed? Well, apparently Alex Kurtzman, for one, feels a little bit pigeonholed by Star Trek and would actually have lots of movie projects he wants to do. He never really wanted to be the Star Trek guy. He considered Star Trek a way into sort of Paramount. They got this exclusivity deal that runs out in 2026. I'm going to come back to that in a minute, so hold on. And he felt that Star Trek was something that he loves, don't get me wrong, but that would allow him to do other projects. There's loads and loads of movies on his IMDb and loads of projects he desperately wants to get involved in that are kind of stuck in development hell. And he would love to actually move on from Star Trek and get stuck into a few of them. For example, the movie's currently on his IMDb, and Now You See Me 3, which is something I've been told he really wants to do. Something called Racing Dreams, a Van Helsing reboot, and again, I'm told he'd love to do, and Creature from the Black Lagoon again. He's also written 2 or 3 projects that are kind of also stuck in development hell, and he is trying to kick a few of those doors in so he maybe get them made. He saw the sale of Secret Hideout, which would have given him a nice little sum of money and maybe some side deals. For example, if it was Warner Brothers, I'm being told that the deal would have sort of included green lighting a couple of his projects. So Warner Brothers would have gone, yeah, all right, give Star Trek and we'll give you Now You See Me 3. Or something like that, These sort of deals are apparently quite common. It's sort of a nod and a wink and a handshake. And Alex Kurtzman would have apparently really gone for that. He wants to be a cinema guy. He doesn't necessarily want to be the Star Trek guy. If you are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, do all of those YouTubey things. But also go over onto patreon.com/SciTrek, where most of our new videos do actually premiere first. If you are desperate to see them before anyone else, go check it out. I'm actually told, though, there are several reasons why he would quite like to get away from Star Trek at this point. and I will point out now, still might want to. But that's going to be in the next video, the third part of this Star Trek trilogy for this week. Apparently, for one, it is very possible for producers and writers to get pigeonholed. Just like an actor can get typecast, so can producers. That they see Alex Kurtzman as, well, you're the guy that does Star Trek. You do it really well. Just do that. And that is something he really, really doesn't want to get pigeonholed into. He wants to do other things. Apparently, he also feels he's really took Star Trek as far as he can. Getting involved with the Section 31 movie and working with Michelle Yeoh was something I'm told he was really, really excited about. But maybe he hasn't been given as much control on that project as he'd have liked, because really Paramount were keen for it to go in a slightly different direction, and they kind of twisted their arm on that. But he really feels that he's done as much with Star Trek as he can. He really feels that actually it's better left in other hands. For example, I actually genuinely think he was kind of hurt by what happened with Terry Matalas and Picard Season 3. Terry Matalas went in a completely different direction to the first two seasons of Picard and really the rest of New Trek. And it was massively successful and generally universally loved by Star Trek fans. He looks at that and thinks, you know what? Maybe I've done what I can do with Star Trek. Maybe it's time for me to move on. And I think there'll be a lot of fans that'll be very sad and won't agree with him. But there'll be a lot of fans that are very happy and would agree with him that it is time for him to move on. There is, though, also a business reason why he might cash out now and might still be very interested in this if a new partner or somebody else could walk in and give him enough money to walk away from Secret Hideout. He's not actually convinced that Paramount are going to extend their deal. So currently, Secret Hideout have a deal, an exclusivity deal with Paramount to produce all of the Star Trek material, and anything else that Secret Hideout does, Paramount gets first dibs on. So this deal actually runs out in 2026. It was penned for a reported $150 million a few years ago. But with new owners coming in and some issues with Star Trek, let's just say that. There is a toxic fan base. We've talked about it loads of times before. There are some issues. It's also massively expensive to make, and he's a bit concerned that new owners are going to come in and be cutting costs, and one of the things they might cut is basically Secret Hideout. They might want to take Star Trek, which is one of the jewels in the crown of Paramount, and take it in a different direction, and that might not include Secret Hideout. So if he has the option between basically getting paid out now and maybe give him the opportunity to make a couple of the movies he wants to produce, then he's looking at it thinking, I can either take some money now or basically nothing in 2 years. And I think most of us would agree, yeah, go for the money now. But guys, what do you think? And get into the comments. I really, really want to know, has Alex Kurtzman been good for Star Trek or has he been bad for Star Trek? Again, I don't want any personal attacks on this man. It's not his fault. He's produced the best TV he thought he could do. He has took Star Trek in a direction he thought was right. But he has been in charge of things like Discovery Season 1. And I have to admit, I kind of am a little bit angry about that series. Also, Picard Season 1 and 2. Also angry. Get into the comments and tell me politely what you think about Alex Kurtzman and his Star Trek, and what you think about this potential rumor that he might actually want out of Secret Hideout. Does it sound right to you? Does it sound likely? Get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, go to patreon.com/SciTrek, where most of our videos do premiere first and you get to see them without the adverts, for a small contribution that really helps me to carry on producing more and more videos for you. Get it? Please go over and check it out. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.